So we borrowed this car from a friend of mine. He picked this car up. It obviously came from the southern US, and he asked me if I could help him out. And if you look here, the headlights are extremely glazed over. This car spent a lot of time down in the southern US of A, and you know, the whole car shows really well, but look how faded and how nasty these headlights look. So we're going to talk about what it takes, and we're going to prep this and show you the steps to actually clean these faded headlights and these hazed up headlights. We're going to clean these up. We'll do a comparison. We'll show you one side compared to the other side, and then we will finish that up with next steps. What would you do after you polish this up? So first, in this kit I picked up here the other day, you have this sanding, not a disc, but it's basically got the loop back on it, and we put that in a drill that is adjustable. We don't want to hit it with too much speed. So the first step is you get a speed at about 400 to 800 RPM on your drill. If you've got an adjustable drill, that's ideal because then it kind of keeps that speed regulated. You make sure you put this backing on there, and the first thing you want to use is a 800 grit, the 800 grit sandpaper. Now that there is basically intended for the initial, the hard cutting, basically to take all the major imperfections out. Now while we do this, don't forget lots of water. If you don't use lots of water, you're going to wreck your headlight. As well, don't forget safety glasses. These here are actually safety glasses, and also it probably doesn't hurt to use some gloves. I'm going to use some rubber gloves because later on when I use the polish in itself is a chemical. I'd rather not necessarily get it on the hands, although it's not the worst thing in the world. You know what, let's just keep that stuff clean. So let's get started. We are using a sandpaper actually, so you want to make sure either you mask it, which I'm not too concerned with here. I'm going to be extremely careful, or you can either mask it or just clear away as much of the paint as you can beforehand. Again, you want to make sure everything's nice and wet before you get started. And you want to work back and forth. Make sure you overlap. Not too high a speed. Go high speed, and you'll wreck the plastic. So if you got to go over it again because you have streaks from the laps, then you just got to run over it again. So we'll do another lap here, make sure it's nice and wet. So next we use the 1500 grit sandpaper. We're going to apply that to our wheel on the drill. And again, we're going to continue. This is a finer. 1500 now is to get rid of a lot of the haze. It's really to break it down, get a cleaner, even a more refined type of polish. So again, when you sand, always sand wet, never sand dry. You'll destroy it if you sand it dry. So let's just do this again. So you want to run it not high speed, moderate speed, flat on the lens. We attach the 3000 grit sandpaper on the disc. We're going to plug that on there like that. Again, this time we're going to rev up the speed a little bit more because this is more of a polish. So we're going to hit it with about 1500 RPM. So we're going to get a little bit more speed in the disc this time, like that. So again, lots of water. The sanding. We're going to move on to the polishing ball here. We're going to put a little wax on there. Basically the final polishing stage. So we're going to put that ball on there. And when we do this, we're going to do it at about 1500 RPM. So let's put a little polish on here first. We don't need much. We need about a nickel size amount on the end. Start out really slowly here. So the point is to start it slow so you're not splattering the stuff all over the place. So we're going to kind of get going. And again, we want to run this up to about 1500 RPM and just keep polishing once we start getting this worked in here. So we want to just give it a nice little light rub here with a lint-free cloth or something that's not going to scratch, like a microfiber. Clean the area around it a little bit. Wow. What a great job, well done. So just when my buddy thought that these headlights were kind of done, we thought we would try this. He asked me to polish his headlights, and lo and behold, success. So I hope you like this video. I hope you found it, well, if not educational, at least somewhat entertaining. And please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. So again, thanks for coming. Come back soon and we'll talk to you real soon.